Hey guys, it's Chris, one of the co-founders of the Orderbook. Welcome back to the series where we break down the platform section by section and explain what everything means in a simple way. Just a quick note before we start, none of this is financial advice. This video is for educational purposes only, and I'm just here to show you how the platform works. Also, I can make mistakes, so if you spot anything that needs correcting, feel free to let me know. In this episode, we're going to look at the valuation section. And this page is basically asking one of the biggest questions people argue about in crypto. Is this coin cheap right now, or is it expensive? But this part is really important. This page is not giving you a final answer. It's not saying, buy this, or sell this. It's just giving you a signal to look into. So think of it as a starting point for your own research, not a button that tells you what to do. So let's get into it. So instead of just guessing, this page looks at a few different things at once. First, it checks how far a coin is from its all-time high. That means how far it has dropped from the highest price it has ever reached. Then it looks at the supply side. Basically, how much of the coin is already out in the market compared to how much might still be locked and released later. That matters because if a lot more supply comes out later, it can affect the price. It also looks at how much the coin is being traded. And it looks at recent momentum, meaning whether the coin has been moving strongly or not. Then it puts all of that together and gives you a simple idea. Does this coin look stretched, or does it look discounted? In simple terms, does it look expensive, or does it look cheap compared to the data? Up here, you can see the overall market lean. Right now, it's showing discounted. And you can also see there are way more coins looking undervalued than overvalued. So this gives you a quick read on the whole market. Not just one coin, but the overall feeling across the coins being tracked. And this part is actually really cool. You're not stuck with one fixed opinion. You can change how much each factor matters. For example, maybe you care more about momentum, or maybe you care more about how much supply is already out. You can move the sliders and the rankings update based on how you want to look at value. So it's not replacing your thinking. It's helping you think through the data in your own way. Then down here, it shows the strongest reads. On the left, you have the coins that look most undervalued. On the right, you have the coins that look most overvalued. And what I like is that it doesn't just give you a random score. It also explains why. For example, it might say something looks cheap because it's far below its previous high, most of its supply is already out, and trading volume is quiet. So you're not just seeing a number, you're seeing the reason behind the number. And from there, you can go check it yourself. And I want to be really clear about this part because it matters. Just because a coin shows as undervalued here, that does not mean it will go up. And just because something shows as overvalued, that does not mean it will crash. Cheap things can get cheaper. Expensive things can keep going up. This page is only one way of looking at the market. It uses a few pieces of data to help you find ideas worth researching. But it is not a signal to act on by itself. So use it to find things to look into, then do your own research after that. And that's the valuation section. It helps you see what looks stretched, what looks discounted, and why the page is reading it that way. It's a really useful way to find ideas, as long as you remember that it's the start of the homework, not the final answer. That's it for this episode. See you guys in the next one.